saying this, but people follow our Twitter. We do like surprise shows all the time. Like last time we were in Portland, Oregon, we tweeted a surprise show, and we played for a group of like maybe 20 fans outside of a donut shop. And that was just extremely fun, just kind of a spur of the moment show that's almost like busking. And
that would be really
kinda
cool.
Yeah, so basically we want to kind of keep that going. So yeah, we're going to play 1,000-seat venues and hopefully one day even more. But we're also going to be continually playing record stores, donut shops, bowling alleys, like little old rundown movie theaters. Like anything that we can find, we will play, and just for our fans who want to find out. And at the end of the day, like it doesn't matter if we're playing to 2 people or to 2,000 people. It's just we love like entertaining. So it doesn't matter how many people are out there. And it's really nice to have a smaller group, because then you can make eye contact with everybody and see everybody and meet them. It's really inspiring to meet your fans.
Well, and it's a really cool use. Also, there's always the constant conversation of the positives and the negatives, and a lot of times people like to focus on the negatives of social media, things like Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. But then along comes something, like a moment like this, like I can only imagine, when I was much younger and really following certain bands and whatnot, how cool it would be to find out, surprise performance here, on the street corner in front of a donut shop, and especially when I lived in smaller towns besides LA, how cool that would be, and to really be able to connect like that.
Next left.
Somebody's in the car. I hope you have your headset on.
I was lost, and I had to find out where I was going.
Do you need us to type in directions? We've got a computer here if you need help. Although then I guess we would be giving away your location, so ixnay on that. Just a couple more questions, and then we're gonna play a new song from you guys, and let you guys all get back to your evening. But Jamie Becker has a quick question. She wants to know, do you know when SBL Michigan is going to be happening?
We don't actually. We had a discussion this morning, laying out the dates for that, and we're very excited. It's going to be happening this summer in Michigan sometime, and we're just making sure that all the bands can make it there, and that it's going to be as excellent as possible. But it's definitely happening. We're just in the process of laying out which weekend is best to organize 8 to 10 bands arriving in the same city.
Fun. And the same person wants to know, Jared, do you remember who your boneheads are?
Of course. Even though I myself am a bonehead, I do remember.
Okay, that's good. See, there's a lot of inside jokes between you guys as a band and your audience, and I'm just doing my best to navigate through them. But I'm so happy that there hasn't been a single weird thing that I've said that you guys haven't known what I was talking about. So I greatly appreciate that. So my favorite question that I love to ask all of my guests, and I'm going to go around the room, so you guys are each going to get a chance. So don't think that only one person is going to be answering this one. But this is my question. You are throwing a slumber party, and you get to invite 5 people, living or dead. Who would you invite? And let's start with Uncle Larry.
Okay, 5 people?
5 people, living or dead. They're going to come have a slumber party at your house.
Oh, okay. I will start with Miss Lady Billie Holiday.
Oh, nice one.
Miss Ella Fitzgerald.
There's going to be no slumber party, is there?
Yeah.
I
I'm figuring out your vibe.
And let's say living or dead?
Living or dead?
Oh, I will have to have the fancy Miss Nancy Wilson. And let me see. John Coltrane and Miles Davis.
So you're going to share all those women? You're at the last minute, you're going to share all those women? Because you were having a different kind of slumber party there for a minute.
Oh, yeah, because, see, the beauty part of that slumber party, well, after everybody, before they slumber, everybody get to play music.
Oh, I love it. That one, you might have the first slumber party that I've really wanted to go to, because that would be a cool night.
It would be monumental.
Yes, it would. Jared, you're up next.
Well, we'd have to have Jimi Hendrix, and then we would have to have Mr. Rogers.
Huh.
And then we'd have to have Marlon Brando, and then we'd have to have Sammy Davis Jr. And how many is that?
That's 4.
All right. and then Elvis.
Elvis. Can you believe that's the first I've been at? This is my 73rd episode, and I've probably asked this question 50 times, and that's the first time that somebody said Elvis.
Awesome.
Jackson, how about you? Who are your 5?
Oh, there's this guy named Ben Graupner, this guy named Ben Johnson, this guy named Jared Anderson, this guy named Lawrence Abrams, and this master of recording and engineering named Scott the Scientist Coslet. I think that would be a fantastic slumber party to be a part of. We might even come out of it with another Monster Deluxe.
And since you get a fifth person, living or dead, I'm gonna throw Spencer Bell in there just for you, since you went down that road.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm a party planner on the side. Ben J, you're up next.
I would say the Three Stooges and Abbott and Costello, and I'll just let them duke it
out. Or at least laugh a lot. And Ben G, you're up last.
Well, I would invite Buzz Aldrin and Buzz Lightyear, who are 2 famous astronauts. Well, I'd invite a famous actor named Tom Cruise, a highly regarded president, Abraham Lincoln, and then, of course, the Funky Snake Hips. Because I hear they're in this band called the Moustakes, or the Moustaches. I can't quite understand what they were trying to spell, but I'd really like to hear what their band sounds like.
The Funky Snake Hips?
Funky Snake Hips.
Wow. I never heard of them.
Snake heads, right?
That sounds, again, that's why I love that question. Do you notice how even with 5 of you, nobody says the same thing? I love it. Irina, really quickly, she keeps asking, do you think there's any chance you guys are going to make it to Mexico on the next tour?
We don't know.
That's what I told her, but she didn't believe me. I kept saying they haven't announced the tour dates yet. I really thank you guys. We're gonna play. There's a song that we're gonna play here, which has debuted, so it's not brand new, but it's only been played once or twice. But do you guys want to talk? Does somebody want to talk about it, like what it's about, how it was inspired? It's called Wandering Mind.
Yeah, Wandering Mind is a song that we came up with on tour last spring, and it's actually some of the lyrics I came up with in the verse lyrics like years ago, and then we started jamming on it in a hotel room, and Jackson came up with some lyrics, and Jared came up with another chord progression part to it, and it's just a short little ditty, but yeah, it's a fun song. It's like it's a fun rock and roll song.
Awesome. And do you guys have any parting moments for anything you guys would like to say? You had a very full chat room right now, and a lot more people will be listening tomorrow when they can download the podcast. So I don't know. Should we go around the room and you guys can sort of say your goodbyes and maybe some shout outs to just your fan base in general? Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay, then we'll go the other direction on my list. We'll start with the Bens. We'll go with Ben G.
Well, I would just like to thank all of our fans who are in here listening and who made it down to the most recent SBL show and who are going to make it out to shows in the past, present, and future. Because if it weren't for all of you wonderful people out there and your warm hearts, none of this would be possible. And so we thank you. We're your humble servants.
And Ben J, who, by the way, I've got a lesbian in the chat room right now who just says, even though she's a lesbian, that you make her knees weak. But what would you like to say to your fans?
Well, I'd like to go and add to what Ben was saying. And, we're more than lucky. We're blessed with amazing fans. It's like you were saying earlier in the show. And we really couldn't do it without them. And they inspire us and drive us to keep doing what we're doing. So thank you to everyone out there.
Nice. And